everyone. I am back attempting to build something completely different now. Well, by completely different, I mean not a Voron. So yeah, I'm gonna be digging into the Prusa MMU2S plus. I don't know what that plus is for. I don't even know what the 2S is for, but I don't know. I know next to nothing about this, other than, well, that's not really true. I do know it has certain limitations that are going to hold me back from using it right away, but I'm going to go through the build anyway, because, you know, what else am I going to do? I need something to build, and everything else is working. It's like, it's all working. What do you do when everything's working? What do you build? Hey, swans. So the plan, as it has been laid out to me, is to build things. To build the MMU, I got all the parts and all the pieces, all in a big pile. I don't know why I'm making it make so much noise. I don't need to do that. They are all printed in ABS. I have made adjustments to the sizing as per things I have read. I'm hoping that I read the right things. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. So it's completely new. The little bit of there's a caveat though, eh? And that's this. This is the electronics board for this as it comes. Now, I guess one could go get an SKR Mini and hook everything up to an SKR Mini and make it work on Clipper. One could do that. I don't know if one is going to do that, but that's definitely a thing that I could just grab from a box up there and start setting up, and we could move towards that. Unless I put that in another, I might have put that in there. Well, let's not even think about that. So yeah, the problem is this: the MMU board, or in their case, Control, is not Clipper compatible. It will not Clipper. So very easy for me to just throw in an SKR Mini and hook the things up to the SKR Mini. And then there's there's a library or a config that will, you know, work with an SKR Mini. Or yeah, so that's a possibility. But before anything like that can possibly even come about, I need to build the damn thing. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna put all this together into a strangely colored, a non-orange clone of a MMU2S. That's the deal. We'll decide when we get to the end whether or not we're gonna go with the SKR Mini plan. Yeah, I would really like to see something for Clipper. Yeah, I really would. This thing seems... So let's just look at this versus the... I've got the carrot feeder right there. It's attached to a printer though, so it might be hard to just look at. So the way this operates is similar in a way to the carrot feeder, but yet it's a lot different. This works with bearings on a barrel. basically. And only one of the bearings can push against the feeders. So when the thing feeds, only one of the bearings can be pushing it down, so only one thing of filament will go forwards or backwards, whatever that may be. So that's a lot less finicky than the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder, because the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder requires that you have individual pressure settings for each of your feeders. And by that, they adjusted by letting you print 10 different thicknesses of hats to put on top of those things. And that's how they adjust it. So it's not a fine adjustment that you can make in software or anything like that. It's a physical adjustment that you need to make to the device. That issue doesn't exist here. There is no adjustment. It just goes. And we're gonna see if we can make it go. Well, actually, we're gonna see. Yeah, we'll see. So, right now, I'm gonna be focusing on just assembling it. It looks like there's not a lot to it, but there is. First I'll pull all this stuff out of the way. So what all this is part of the buffer system. Again, the Enraged Rabbit buffer system is complex. It's prone to failures, actually. Where this just pushes filament back in between two plates. Just pushes it back and pulls it back out when it needs. So it's very, very, very simple. There's no, there's no relying upon Bowden tubes being all the same size and all that stuff. This is very simple. I can't wait to see how well this works. If it works really well, after I get the laser printer, I'm gonna cut out plastic panels like that and laser cutter, and I'll make something that works long that way, that allows these things to buffer inside something rather than that circular buffer. I've had the lines cross over and jam. I've had the thing slide down the side of the wheel. Hey, squirrel. So I don't know how high the interest is in this, but the more I think about it, the more I'm leaning towards basically abandoning their electronics for now and going right in and setting it up on the switch wire with clipper. It's a possibility. I do have the SKR to do it. SKR Mini. This is basically their filament holders. Not a bad idea when you think about it. You know, this is just like those cheap paint roller things. They're very, very cheap, but the bearings will pop in there along with these things. They've got rubber things. I don't know, maybe the rubber things are for something else. And yeah, very simple. Not prone to failure. I'm liking it. Whoops. Did I press something bad? I didn't press something bad. I did. Got some Bowden tube and a really, really cheap Bowden tube cutter. Wow. Okay. Parts. We have electronics. We have stuff and more stuff. Oh, there's a label. pulley body. I guess I should probably switch to the other camera. So we've got pulley body and electronics, buffer, extruder spare. Don't know what that is. Something to do with the extruder. E-axis extruder. Idler body, and again spare. And then we've got extruder. So there's a optical sensor of some type here that has something to do with extruder. So we're gonna have to research that and figure out how that works. But I think today, this is what I want to concern myself with, is putting together the actual mechanism and getting that all up and run, well, not running, but you know, all the pieces in the right place. So I feel like I did something. So there's instructions on this. So let's see if this is going to work today. Okay. Oh. Really? Okay, well that's not going to work. That's an instruction manual on how to use it. We're looking for a manual on how to build it. Hey, look. Look at that. It works today. Okay, so tools necessary. We're going to need some pliers, some things, and a screwdriver. But basically what they want us to do here is read the instructions carefully. You have to assemble the bearings in the correct order, otherwise you will run into, okay. now I'm worried. Why did we have to go down that? Okay, so I'm guessing that somewhere here we've got idler body. Yes, we've got all the idler body parts. Let's get all this out of the way. Idler body. And these things are all just going to sit in here with pins, but I need to put them in the right order or I will run into problems. Okay, let's see what that's about. So, idler bearings. Take the first bearing and place it in the middle of the idler. Insert the shaft in this picture and make sure you're using the there we go. So yeah, take the first bearing. No, it's underneath the shaft, so nobody can see that. So basically, what we want to do, put it right in the middle, take one of these pins, push, wow, that fits so well. So yeah, those adjustments for ABS are perfect. Not tight, not loose. Oh, I see what they mean, you'll run into problems because there's other places they need to go through. And yeah, so there we go. That moves back and forth. I don't know. Maybe it should. Maybe it should. Take the second bearing with the shaft and assemble it in the same way as the previous one. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going down. And you can see that going across there. Pushing it right through. And that's why they want us to do it in that order, because otherwise we won't be able to get it in. So I don't know how we're going to do the other ones. Oh, they go in from the other side. That's how we're going to do the other ones. They go in from this side. And number 3, rotate freely. So if I need to take it out, you can. Just gonna press that in. There we go. And all those rotate nice. I'll tell you something. I did watch somebody else who got all the parts from Prusa. I guess they must have been in PETG or something that I just wasn't used to seeing, because they just looked like not very nice. Yeah, this, like, the quality of the parts that I printed is just, well, except for that one little thing there. They turned out so good. Of course, they're printed on a board. Okay, so now, step 4. Idler assembly, bearing assembly part 2. Turn the idler around and continue with the installation. So again, it's doing the same thing, starting from the top and going down. See, blocks it. I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah. And that's going to be the hard one. Oh, not that far. There we go. That's the idler wheel. Now, so instead of the servo on the ERCF, this is how this functions, is by rolling this around. Obviously, it's going to go in there in a better way. Okay, so turn the idler around, make the final check, ensure all the bearings rotate freely. There should be no increased friction or bumps, which just slow down the bearing. Okay, that sounds fine to me. Okay, so now at Prusa they use square nuts. So I'm hoping print is good enough that the generic square nuts are going to work. They are pretty snug. Wow, are they ever snug? Okay, let's see, what do I have here? No, that'll just tear things apart. Wow. That's not good. It does not want to go in there. And of course, now it does not want to come out of there. Those are even thicker. So yeah, somehow that needs to go in there. And so does another one. Well, that worked much easier. Well, there's one in. But this other one is literally not going in there, and there's no way in the world. So how do I get it out of there? Now that's the big question. How do we get that out of there? Okay, let's try this other one. So that's the problem with you know, generic clones. See, there was no way in the world this screw was ever going to fit. It's too thick. But if I used one of the other ones first, I would have never run into that, because it's in there now. So yeah, sometimes buying original is good. In my case, this is more of an experiment, so. Oh, where's... There we go. The shaft on this is a D shaft anyway, so it'll tighten just fine. So there we go. We've got that center, idler center bearing. Okay, so we got to put a bearing in here. Press fit? Oh no, hammer fit. Not a press fit. It's a hammer fit. It's actually probably press fit if you get it in there straight. Okay. Don't think it'll fit in here. I guess I didn't need to unscrew that much to check that. I feel as though it's not in there properly. Make sure it's flush, aligned with the surface. It's not flush and aligned with the surface. Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to find the thing that I use to do stuff like this. Where's the thing? Well, the thing seems to be missing. Ah, there's the thing. We need a persuasive instrument. Nope. There we go. There we go. There's no way I can really get it down below, so I didn't want to hammer on it like that, but it's okay, it survived. It survived. Final check. All 5 of the bearings are installed. The 6th bearing is aligned with the surface, the printed surface of the printed part. Both nuts are inserted. Screws are slightly tightened. We will need it soon. Okay, so now we're going to work with the idler body. That's this. This is the idler body. Ooh. I don't know. It's red. It's supposed to be orange. And then, oh, motors. There's motors. There's motors. They don't want to come out of the box. We'll just turn them upside down and shake them. Come on, come out of the box. There we go. I don't think I need these two. I think it's this one. This one? Hey, Zex. We need the short shaft. We need the short shaft. Short shaft. Take the nut. Oh, okay, so one of the nuts needs to insert in here. One of the other nuts needs to insert in there. It's the one that's too big, isn't it? Oh no, it just dropped in there. Those are in there. Ensure proper alignment with an Allen. Should we ensure proper alignment? We have proper alignment. So now I want to drop this in here. What? That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right. Yeah, well, okay. So that's as far as it wants to go that way. It stops. Before we assemble the motor idler body, we need to rotate the shaft properly. Check the idler opening. Hey, Happy! Check the idler opening, which isn't entirely circular. There's a flat part which matches the shape of the motor shaft. Rotate Yeah, rotate the shaft as in the second picture, match the opening of the idler. Okay, so basically we're basically matching the angle of this, and we're gonna take the motor that has a D shaft on it, and we're gonna match that angle up so that, you know, things will plug into things. Wow, that's tight. That's insanely tight. Match the opening of the idler. Move the motor towards the idler. If necessary, adjust the rotation of the shaft to match the opening. Make sure the cable is facing up. Well, now that I think I got all the information I need, should I continue reading? They keep on warning you not to skip any instructions. Boron? Does it say boron? Nobody said boron, right? We're gonna see if we can hook it up to a boron before I go and buy myself a new printer, a Prusa. Because, you know, really, how can you be a 3D printer guy and never have had a Prusa? I guess you can. Okay, so and, you know, is this a Prusa? No, no. It's a copy of a Prusa, but that's all I need. I need something to wedge in there. It's not going to push the bearing in, but yet will allow me to push this. These aren't even tight. Those are not tight. So everything that was printed at an increased size because it's all ABS. So it needs to be bigger. There we go. Take that out. Perfect. That motor faces up. I'm guessing they want to read the instructions first. There's a risk of cracking the printed part. No, there's not. We're talking ABS here. Very full of myself when it comes to ABS. Okay, so what we need to do is to push the remaining pin in there. I think there's a screw to go in there to stop it from going anywhere, but it goes into plastic, sadly. So we tighten this, tighten this. I do like how this is constructed though. It's nice, really. And I, you know, as I printed this, I was looking at the parts and thinking, yeah, they're, you know, it's quite intricate and complex, but yet printed beautifully. Actually, I had a problem printing this. This little piece kept on making it about to there and pop off the bed. I actually printed using a brim for the first time in forever. Not a, the one that's touching it. That's a brim, right? Not a skirt. Oh yeah, yeah, this thing's gonna look awesome with these colors, I think. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, yeah, I'm doing these. I don't know how I'm going to do those. Not with that, you're not. So that's a little different than anything you'd see on a Voron. Yeah, I'm taking notes, learning things. Oh, polycarbonate, yeah, I guess it depends on what you're printing with. This is a kit. Yeah, this is a Chinese clone kit. I printed. You saw me posting when I had the whole crew going the other day. I printed a couple things actually. I printed all this. And I printed this. This is my hat stretcher. Found it on Thingiverse, but for some reason the person thought that printing this all in one piece was a good idea. But I basically chopped it into chunks, and now I can stretch my hat. Gotta stretch my hat. Okay, so that is installed. And I like it. It works really well. Okay, so then now they want me to eat junk food. I don't have any junk food. You know what? I do. I'll be right back. So every time I have to eat gummies, I'm just going to drink some sugary soda. It's not caffeine-y sugary soda, so it's not that great. But... Hey, Bruce. How's it going? Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. I haven't learned my lesson yet. Okay, so we are we're done page 1. What? The idler body print is absolutely awful. It's printed on its side, which causes the holes to be lopsided. You absolutely must deburr the holes with a drill before attempting. Really? Should we go back and start again? Sorry, I've got to turn off the sarcasm. Okay, so we're in pulley body parts preparation, which is going to require a bunch of square nuts. Oh. And of course, we're screwing into plastic. This is just to stop the, what would you call it? Shaft from sliding. So that's all I'm gonna do there. I mean, that's all I'm gonna do there. This is really nice and solid. Okay, hands are nice and clean. Now we can handle the white ply. Pulley body. Pulley body? Pulley body. Pulley body parts preparation. Grub screws. Little blades. The first thing we need is 10 of these. Oh, there's the ball bearing for the filament sensor. I don't know how that works. Okay, so we need 10 of these things. They need to go in the places where the things need to go. Here's where you wish they were tighter, so that every time you turn this thing on its side, they don't all fall out. I have an idea. Red Bull. Yeah, every time it asks me to drink. Oh yeah, I'm thinking a lot of the problems that people have with this might be related to the material they printed out of, which might also work against me as well. There's a loose filament of plastic in there. Ow. There used to be a loose filament of plastic in there. Okay, so that, I thought they said 10. Oh, there we go. There's the rest of it across there, isn't it? Yes. So there's one thing immediately I'm finding is if these holes are horizontal, they're bigger than if they're vertical. I guess there's an expectation of more sagging with PETG, and that's probably why that person was having issues here. Okay, don't want to go in there, try there. Something flat, maybe. This isn't something flat. There we go. Oh. So these have to go way down in there? I can't get them to move any further. Ensure proper alignment with an Allen key. Alignment with what? Are they supposed to slot like way down in there? And what magic am I supposed to use to get it to do that? I'm not going to have to pull out a persuasive device again, am I? Nothing I see there is going to help. Here's what I'm looking for. Ah, it's probably too big. So we would probably have just, you know, used insets. But there's no heat insets in this thing at all. But there we go. Everything's lined up. And I didn't need to use a hammer. That's a win, right? Okay, that one just falls out. I don't like that. Okay. I don't like that at all. Because that one has to hold in the thing. It's the thing holder. That's tighter. Oh, now it's sideways. Okay, maybe a different one. Maybe this one. I know they're varying thicknesses. We're not talking high quality product here. Okay. That's step one. Step two. Yeah. Perfectly aligned, both of them. Yay! Motor pulley part. So we've got one of these, 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 one of these. No, no. Okay. So now it asks you to put a, it asks you to do this. Take a coupler and couple a, oh, skip to step 9. Okay, we're on step 9. Part 1. So basically, this is what we're trying to get. We've got a motor. And we're just going to slide these on with the gear facing that to the motor. We don't want these so they can slide around off the D, but we don't want them so they're too tight either. That's too tight. Okay, got those on there. I haven't tightened them. Exact positions will be adjusted later. What we're gonna do is take this and somehow slot it into there. They obviously know I printed this in white. So it's slotted into there. And I scratched the crap out of it. That's not too bad. No one's gonna say anything, right? Sorry. Okay, so we got that. Now it wants me to slide the motor in with the wires facing to the back. And we need 2 screws there and the 2 from the bottom, same as the other one. This time I'm smart enough not to tighten the top ones until the bottom ones are in. Should have actually just put the bottom ones in first. No? It's just better than having cheap ones. Oh, these builds look complicated. You think this is complicated? Look at that. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah. So this is a design by Prusa, which is a company that makes 3D printers, which is probably, you know, one of the two big 3D printer companies, I guess. Creality and Prusa are probably, honestly, the biggest of the, you know, consumer level. And that is designed by somebody on like who works with Voron printers. But this was designed by Prusa, so this is supposed to be a lot more accessible. Than some of the other stuff that I've built. But yeah, I guess I can't argue with you, really. I need something. But you know, really, it's that doesn't fit. Maybe a piece of filament. Anybody want to give up some filament? It's just like Lego. Except some of the things you hook up to power. It's like Lego that you can electrocute yourself with. So basically now I'm just going through, I really need this to be closer. I'm going through here. How is a GoPro such a piece of garbage? Like, look at that picture. That is just so, like, there's resolution to it, but the colors and everything are just so bad. The lights are just, oh, GoPro, you're such a piece of junk. Sorry, I'm really mad at GoPro right now. It took me 40 minutes to get a GoPro to work today. It would work until I plugged it into HDMI. Oh, 3D printers oh my, yeah, could you imagine? I would have been printing my own Lego. It's not doing anything. It's not turning. There's nothing there. Let's find another screwdriver. They're like, this is the most important thing. Check the alignment, check the alignment, check the alignment. I'm pretty sure the alignment's good. Those aren't moving. Hey, Duff. How are you doing? So right now, we got that. Now I need to install this. This installs right there. But in order to do so, it wants me to cut. Look at all this. It's blue. Oh, it's going okay. Deep into this now. I've committed, and or I should be committed, and I'm going to try to get the MMU2S to work with Clipper. It was decided at the beginning of the stream. So I need to cut 5 19mm pieces. Oh, this build is simple. This is simple stuff compared to the ERCF. There's not even heat shrink, or sorry, not even heat insets or anything in this. Everything's on a shaft. There's no belts. There's no. Yeah, it's very simple, but that also means there's so much less to go wrong. At least that's. So what I need here is I need to figure out how to cut 19mm pieces. So it needs to be that long. So should I try their cutter? So there's, as far as I'm concerned, there's a flaw in every single one of these. And that is the space between there and there is about, the thickness is about 10 razor blades. So it just pushes everything in at an angle. Yeah, see, I think the problem here, of course, with the working with this, the Prusa MMU, rather than the Enraged Rabbit, is going to be Clipper. Clipper is going to be an issue. I have found a few things that might help, like, you know, putting it on a SKR mini board rather than a thing, and I have found a config file with macros. But again, none of those are any guarantee that anything's going to work. Though I can also say that I'm 90% sure that at this point, I'm probably going to end up buying a clone of some type. I want the Prusa experience. And I figure the best way to do that is a clone. It's a fake one. No, I just... That's really more of just the price point I'm looking at. Can you not do that? I found some things awfully strange when looking for a Prusa clone. One of the strangest things I found was that I could order a clone from the States through AliExpress. They have a US warehouse. But if I would want to do that, it was $587 or something like that, Canadian. But then it was $341 shipping. I'm like, that's stupid. That's just ridiculous. You know, there's people you can say to them, hey, want to drive this to this guy's house? I'll give you 341 bucks. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm right on that. But it was Fizdec. That had this thing, and then I was looking, and I'm like, you know, you're not saving me any money anyway. I could literally, for that money, buy a Prusa. Just buy the real thing. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta look for a better deal. And the better deal is to have the same thing, but shipped from China, which doesn't make any sense to me at all, whatsoever. But for, you know, $60 less and, you know, $80 in shipping, I could have the same kit. And it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever why that would be the case. But it is. Really? Of course. Of course. Of course. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. But right now, like I said, I have the board that I can just hook up to it, and it's all set and ready to go on a Prusa. But I choose to torture myself, and I'm going to try to put this on a get this hooked up to the clipper using the SKR. God, you know, these are the absolute worst things ever. There's got to be a better way. There just has to be. Sorry. And then now I gotta take a millimeter off each one, which I believe is near impossible. So we're gonna end up with more than a millimeter. Any local deals? I went looking for used Ender 3s last night. Might sound crazy, but yeah, I'd buy an Ender 3. So right now, there's the switch wire, the Ender switch wire. I gotta stop calling it that. It's switch wire orange. Switch wire red is in the corner. Switch wire orange is down there. I want to build the current version. Like, this is my full deck Ender that I designed based on Dark Dog's. And I want to take Dark Dog's current one with the new side panels or the side pieces and the trim, and I want to try building that. I want to build that. Okay, so we need 4 more screws. They must be here somewhere. That's the other thing. Everything. Sorry. It's all the same size screws. Yeah, it's the only, yeah. You know, I like mine. There's nothing wrong with my Ender. Or sorry, my switch wire. I think it is a little more solid than the other one. Like, I could pick the front of mine up, pick my printer up by the front. I look at the dark, but I don't know. Other people probably know better than I do. Okay, so we've got that installed now. Woohoo! That was right, eh? Okay, yeah, it was. That was what we were supposed to do. Good, I didn't do it wrong. So now we're going to push this out of the way. We're grabbing this. Let's get the screwdriver that fits in there. So there's 3. Four. 5, 6, okay. So I couldn't have lost it. No, it's here. Okay, now I'm... See, the one thing about there we go, got it. Buying used printers locally, like my really only places to do that are like Kijiji. Kijiji's like, I don't know, Canadian sale. I don't know how to explain Kijiji. It's like eBay, except Canada. Okay, this is the part that I'm kind of like, what do you mean? So, there's this, and the thing has a big insert on it. Front plate has a 5mm and M5 insert. But they're like, oh, and you can't do this. And I'm like, what do you mean I can't do this? What are you talking about? I can do that. But they made the hole too big for the insert, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this on here without the insert. And then I'm going to print a better one with a smaller hole, and I'm going to put the M5 insert in there. Now I don't know why it's there. But I don't, like, they did not include this. Like, this is a kit that literally did not include that insert, so I can't even put it in if I want to. Until I print a new part that'll fit a different insert. Does that make sense? Does my incoherent babbling make sense? Okay, so we get to take this and this and push them in there and there. Then we need this. See, yeah, there's another piece missing. So there's no M5 insert, and there is no hex nut to slide down that hole. There it is. And what do I need to do for an insert? So yeah, that'll work really well. I will print a new one of these and we'll sink one of those into it. And whoops. There we go. And the front plate. Which way does that go on? Okay, it's got the angled thing on the inside. And what? Oh. No idler body. Still on idler body. Buffer, spare, E-axis. What's what? I don't know what's what here anymore. What do I need? I need steel screws from another bag. You'd think it would be in the same bag that this was in. Okay. They call it spare because what I'm guessing is they keep on screwing up and not putting the right stuff in the bag, so they send spare to save their butts. So what do I need here? M310? M310. So my guess is something's going to have to screw in there, and we don't have the thing because filament needs to come out of here. So, like, basically this is the impossible kit. We've sent you a kit that there's no way that you can possibly build the thing. Yeah, yes. So that's looking like it's actually the case. They make a kit that just won't work, ever. Because there's no way to interface this to here, as you can tell. But they included all the parts, as though you could. Okay, so we need to put the blade on now. So that's the other thing that this does that, oh, that's heavy. If, like, basically this will be sitting across here, maybe like that, but it will actually cut the filament on all of them if they leave pieces sticking out. It's got a blade and a blade cover here. Now the blades were in that first bag. Where'd I put them? What'd I do with them? Oh, there they are. And they are just they're basically the pieces broken off a utility knife in sets of 2. So that's awesome. They go like that, or did they go like that? We're going to have to find out. Neither. goes like that. Which means that again, the BizTech has sent pieces that are unusable because these are the wrong size. These are too big. They even block the screw holes. They're so unusable. Like seriously. We've sent you a non-working clone. But I guess there's also the what do you expect factor. Yeah, I guess I didn't expect it to be an amazing device coming from them. So there's really no way to attach that properly because it goes over the blade. I mean, under the screw. I mean, against the screw. So we're just gonna like attach it and hope that we get it close. Or attach it and hope it works is. Yeah, attach it and hope it works. That's what we ended up with. I hope that's right. As you can see, things are actually not going together. See, they don't fit anymore because everything's the wrong size. So yeah, I guess the utility knife that they break these off is not common in China. Okay. Sorry. Okay, from now on, pay attention while handling this part. The blade sticks out and you can cut yourself. We'll be sure to do so. So now these two rods have to go in. One of them fits really good and one of them doesn't. It's the hole. Now, I am guessing, but those things are not supposed to move, are they? But they're literally, the holes they're in are huge compared to them. So I don't know how they cannot move. And that's not an ABS thing. I don't think. So the blade is literally in the way. There's no way in the world that that blade is going to line up to the groove it needs to line up to. I think you can see it's like way out. Way, way, way out. move the selector back and forth along the entire length of the rods to ensure the blade isn't colliding with other printed parts. What do you mean? The thing doesn't, none of it will fit. None of it fits at all. Nothing. There's no way for this part to slide past that part. It is physically impossible. Like, it's impossible. Like, there's literally no way, because none of these pieces are going to fit next to each other. The blade's not in there anymore, eh? But that doesn't matter. Part A does not slide by part B. It's just physically impossible by like quite a distance. Oh. Is it supposed to be that tight? Like, that's insane. Maybe this needs to be tighter. Does go tighter. But you will see also that if that blade, like this doesn't fit. This basically does not fit in this, where this needs to fit. It's too tight. And the place where the blade is supposed to slot in, like there's actually a groove where the blade runs. The blade won't slot in there unless the likelihood of this working is low. What I think I'm going to actually have to do is redesign the whole shuttle piece. The holes need to be tighter for those brass insets that it slides on. It's not tight enough. This is too close to here. And the blade doesn't fit in the hole that the blade needs to fit into. Like I can jam it across there, but you can see it just doesn't fit. There's just no physical way that that blade is what was intended for this. And there's the blade gone and jammed through the plastic. So oh no, hey DJ Natty. Printed in PTG? No, I've printed in ABS and made the adjustments as prescribed. But, you know, it is a Chinese kit, and my problem right now is these little blades that it came with. They just don't fit in the thing where the little blade goes in. They're like 3-4 millimeters too wide. So that's not going to happen. Why not PETG? Should the question not be why PETG? Because I find PETG prints like crap. It's like basically the worst thing to print anything in. Yeah, I can see exactly how it's supposed to work. I don't know why it's on this page. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's right here. And there is no way that that is the same as what I've got. I don't print anything in PETG. Nothing. I will not print in PETG. If they design it for PETG and I can't make it work in ABS or ASA, I got a bin for it right over there. PETG is like the worst plastic you can possibly print it, as far as I'm concerned. But PETG, PLA, ABS, polycarbonate, it doesn't matter. That is completely negligible when this needs to be that shape and size, and it's like that much bigger, so much bigger that it actually covers the screw. That has nothing to do with ABS. Yeah, if you want something shiny or clear, that's the only thing I've ever printed PETG for, is clear, or not completely clear, but somewhat clear. Okay, so we're gonna figure that out after. Let's just move through this. I obviously cannot put the blade on. I obviously can't put the blade on. These were directly from Prusa. I wasn't going to, you know, download the other ones. Like that will move across there, but it's just so tight. And if the blade was the right size, it would work in there. Like, it's kind of like maddening in a way. But let's see. I've got that. What's it pointing at here? Selector Finda. Okay. And the motor installation. So the motor's going to hold the pins in too. So the whole thing about ABS shrinking too much, I don't know if I believe that anymore. If ABS shrank, this would all be too tight. I mean, like on here, not have the brass sliding things slipping right out. It moves just fine. Moves just fine. I can just move it with my fingers. We're good. Check the thread and shaft, ensure there's no piece of plastic in it. Okay, otherwise you might have issues. Okay. Rotate the shaft until the motor touches the pulley body. Make sure the selector fenda is all the way to the left. Okay, super fender sensor part preparation. Though the design is similar, please note there is a pinda or a super pinda probe using the extruder on a regular original 3, and a finda or super finda sensor which has the shorter cable and used as the MMU. So see that brass insert that's like non-existent? Like, it's literally required to make this work. Like, Phystech is selling something that is completely 100% incompletable. No matter what you do, other than redesigning the parts yourself, you have no way to screw this in. And hence, no way to attach a Bowden tube to this thing. It is literally broken by design or incomplete. So yeah, way to go, Phystech or whatever you call yourself. So it's broken in multiple ways. So this is going to take a little bit to get working. This looks like the longer probe, but I think the longer probe is on the printer. Yeah, I don't know. So I got to take all this hardware off this thing. So we need the ball and we need a okay, this is really simple. Take a ball bearing, drop a ball bearing in the hole. push the fender down. Lift it up a bit. Now, when the... Is that right? Is that right? That'll be fine. When the ball moves up, it will sense it in the pinda, and it'll know there's a piece of filament in there. And there we go, there's a piece of filament. Okay. So that's the Finda sensor assembly. The MMU2 unit parts. Okay, what? Okay. So now we got to take these, and they need to be press fit into here. It's just so bizarre. I just don't understand. You'd think larger offset would mean more room when you did the multiplier for ABS. But every single one of these is so damn tight, and every other, like all the other pieces, are so loose. It's kind of weird. Luckily, whoops. Yeah, it cracked it. It just cracked it. So that's no good. Like as in bad. I don't know how functionally different it's going to be. If it's broken. I don't think so, but I'm definitely going to have to reprint the base. So this thing suddenly just went from being kind of like a chunky, non-existent thing into an actual device that's almost functionally complete. Now I'm guessing these are gonna go there and there, but it looks like there's other stuff going on here. Okay, so that is an M310. Oh, okay, I get it. I understand. I need to find more M310s. I don't know why I'm using them out of the bag. I should just grab them from a thing and dump the ones in the bag. Those look like 12s. They are. They're 12s. Nope. Oh yeah, there's one. And there's another one. So these are just to hold the pins in. So I don't see the need for NEMA 17s on this thing. I think 14s would have done the job just fine. I think tensioning parts, screw springs, put springs in holes and tighten screws. Okay, yeah, so this is a completely non-functional kit. There is no way with the materials given that you will ever extrude plastic out of this thing. Whoops. So this is on a spring, so these are tight, and then this will just turn against the whatever you're supposed to be rolling. Let's see it working in there, and it will just pull out the filament as required. We hope. Now, I have the electronics for this, which I believe just installs like that. ASA. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reprint it knowing what I know and make slight adjustments to it. I think that might be the best bet. I don't know how we're supposed to get this in here. How's that supposed to work? Jam it, jam it, jam it in the hole. There you go, it's jammed in the hole. And then basically this gets attached to here. There's things to attach this to there, but I'm not playing that game. There we go. So on this unit, there's lights on here to show you which is selected. Everything gets plugged into the back. You've got your selector motor, you've got your drive motor, and you've got your cart motor, I guess you'd call it. I'm not hooking these up in the right places because I'm not using this. So basically we'd have that plugged in there. This would get plugged into the plug for the Finda probe, you know, because we needed 3 feet of connections to get from here to here. You couldn't include the actual piece that would make this a functional printer, but here's 3 feet of cable to go between here and here. So that's dumb. The other thing that's kind of dumb is that the pins on the connectors, like this thing that you need to press to undo the connector, is on the inaccessible side of the connector. So once I plug that in, like you literally need to take the board off to get these off now, because all the pins are connected back there. Now I don't know if that's the same thing on the actual real unit, but it could very easily be. But yeah, there we go. That is the deal. So what do I need to do? What's my next steps in order to get this to actually be a viable option for multi-material printing? So I'm gonna have to, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to reprint the base, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna see how this does. I might reprint an extra one anyway. Just have it printing in the background. What would it hurt, right? We don't need this right now. This can actually be removed. We'll be trying to get this to work on a Voron. So that can go, and hence these will need to go and be plugged into something else. I might need to redo the wiring. I'm going to try to avoid it if I can, because again, I plan at some point on grabbing a Prusa, I don't know which one, and putting this on it. It'll be a clone, but hey, you know, really, when you look at it, everything I build is a clone of somebody else's idea. It is, you know, all, what, camera, come on, really? No, not what autofocus is? Really, that's the case. Everything here is a copy of somebody else's idea that I built myself. That's what the Voron's about. So that's sort of what I want to make this about. So let's take this for now and just take it and we'll put it in here. We can't do anything with that right now. Nothing at all. Oh, it's gummy bear time. Okay. This is the electronics part. This is just what I said. I'm not gonna do this. We're gonna skip that. Oh. Oh. Okay, so there is also, and we might as well get it on there. There's the PTFE tube preparation. So we would be running a bunch of tubes from here to through the buffer and into the other, from the spools. So what we're gonna do instead, let's just put the screws in. Why the screw's not going in? Okay. Those are okay. Stupid. That's me. I need to put these in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that carriage or that shuttle or whatever they call it. It's like I need to print that smaller. Which doesn't really make much sense, does it? Oh, great. Of course. Of course. Here, why don't we start again? That's going to be the most fun for everyone, right? We'll just do it all over again. I just don't get why they couldn't just stick the screw things in like they did everywhere else. Okay, so now instead of lining everything else to begin with, we're just randomly dropping screws down there and spinning this in hopes, in goddamn hopes that it works. Cause you know, hope springs eternal. Cause yeah, dropping a hex nut down an 1.5-inch hole is a good design. It's a joke. It's a bloody joke is what it is. Like, seriously, what are we doing here? Somehow I have to have this work 4 times. And every time you want to change the tube, you're going to do it again. So yeah, not a fan so far. Okay, there's 2. Only 2 more to go. Again, like I said, I signed up for this. This is my own fault. If I wanted a real one of these, I should have bought a real one of these, right? Not bought a clone off, whoops, sorry. Not bought a clone off AliExpress. So yeah. Yeah, you know that's gonna work. I can see the actual thing spinning. So it's actually somewhere where it can move. There we go. That one just magically dropped down on top of it. Okay, it took me that long to put 4 screws in. This is why heat set inserts are such a marvelous thing. The other thing I would have done in the designing this is I would have left like something to make up the difference in there. Like there's springs here. Why is there nothing to alleviate the pressure there? But I don't care. That's awesome. That's so much better than I thought it was going to be build-wise. I thought this was going to be a pain in the butt. So let's. I don't think I need these. And hey, it probably didn't even come with screws for them. So yeah, clipper. So I did some reading, and there's something weird about the way this board here deals with stepper motors. The enable pin or something like that is all weird, and it's a non-standard way of doing things. But being that they basically have their own firmware, they can, you know, they can do whatever they want, really. Well, it's open source, but there's not like I can take the Marlin firmware and apply it to Clipper. It's not how it all works. So there's nothing I can really do about that. There's no way to get this board running with Clipper. So the option, of course, is to not use Clipper. I mean, to not use this board. Because not using clipper, is that really an option? So that's what we're going to head towards, is not using that board and using the SKR Mini. MMU is finished. And now they would like me to take one of these. Why? What is your stinking problem? What is your frickin' problem, you piece of garbage? What, are you gonna show a menu now? Really? This is garbage. I came this far away from smashing this GoPro into a million pieces this afternoon. It took me 40 minutes to get my stream up and running. When I should have been eating dinner. So, basically, this is what's wrong here. There is no way, and I'm going to repeat that. There is absolutely no way in the world that this kit is ever going to be functional, because they decided that, for some reason, not to include the brass insert for the extruder. So I'm going to have to completely redesign the pieces so that I can actually get this inset into that other piece of plastic on the front of the thing, and that we can actually hook up a Bowden tube to this. I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it. These are garbage. I will be swapping out these Bowden connectors. You know those Bowden connectors where you put the Bowden tube in, you never get it out? That's what these are. That's exactly what they've sent with this. I got a bag of them from somebody else at one point. And yeah, if you put Bowden in, you're never getting it out. I pulled so hard once that it ripped the collar right out of the inside of the Bowden tube before it would let me have my Bowden tube back. So I will be replacing those with ones that I already have. But for now, let's work on the buffer. The buffer sounds like it's the coolest thing. Okay, so we're not going to assemble these. Actually, let's rephrase that. We're just going to quickly assemble one of these to show what it's about, and then we're going to move on. It's very straightforward. You take your roller skate bearings, drop them in here and here. These slide through. And there is a filament roller, which probably is going to not work very well. And then, of course, there would be the rubber feet on the bottom, which I'm not going to attach. I don't want to wreck them. So let's just leave that at that. Pack these back up. Just when I get to my new place, I can build that and find a place for it. Yeah, 5 rolls. I don't even have a place for the carrot patch. So that's basically how that's going to work. This, on the other hand, is going to be a little different. So what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Now we need M310s, which of course they did not include the right screws for this thing either. Oh, I need M312s. Okay, so 1, 2. What do we need here? Extruder spare. No 12s there. Nope, no 12s there. Nope, no 12s, period. So now I'm supplying my own screws. 'Cause yeah. Okay, this is a lot easier than you would think. So basically, parts all over the place. There's stuff. Okay, that's the wrong side. So we'll pretend this is the top. Shiny. Just think, it's never going to be that shiny again. That's the shiniest it ever was and ever will be. So as you can see, this is a lot easier to put together than an enraged rabbit carrot feeder. And it's a lot easier to put together than a carrot patch, this actual device itself. So much easier to put together than a carrot patch. So I get that there. Oops. Cool. The screws almost don't reach. Like they're just there barely. But that's fine. That's all we need is barely. Okay, this is weird, but the counts of things are wrong in the instructions. Or they're wrong somewhere. I don't know. I have no idea what's wrong. Probably me. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna slot these in the same way somehow. I don't know how. That's gonna be magic. How are we gonna do that? Oh. That's how we're going to do that. Just in case you're wanting to ask. And then, wow. Look at that. Can you imagine? Just, it's fitting. So now we're on the side, and on one side we put these. Now they said 4 and 2. It looks like the instructions say 3 and 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of each of these on each side, and then put the hangers on just the outside edges. I don't know if you can see this anymore. So. Okay, different one. There we go. There we go. Now, we're going to take this. Okay, we need more screws, or bolts, sorry. Yeah, bolts. Okay, and then on this side, plastic bits off there. I'm gonna put the hangers on it. And that basically goes on the same way. It just has hangers on it. Yeah, basically make the bolts go all the same way, and then you got it good. If some bolts are going up from the bottom and some are going from the top, it's wrong. And one more. We just need one more hexagonal or hex bolt. There we go. That is the buffer. So, what have we built ourselves today? I don't know. I'm gonna put all these leftover bits. They're not really leftover bits, I'm sure. Like, I don't even know why this screw is here. Why is this screw here? Nowhere, anywhere on this entire list was that screw. Maybe it's used somewhere else, but if that's the case, it was probably in the wrong bag. But yeah, right off the bat, I'm going to say, do not buy a clone. This is all my fault. I will take full responsibility for the situation I've put myself in. So there we go, that's all that. What have we got ourselves here? There's extra parts. It's not extra parts. That's parts that need to go on later. Including the cutter. I will need to install the cutter. Don't need those. So what do we got here? What is the result of all our fussing and complaining? My fussing and complaining. Not that I'm complaining. It's just I'm observing things that are not conducive to my happiness. And speaking up about them. Is that complaining? Okay, yeah, that's complaining. Ooh, look, a bunch of zip ties. I don't have any bearings to attach. Why are there zip ties, Prusa? Sorry. I do find it absolutely hilarious that they attach the bearing zip ties. I think that's the funniest thing ever. I love it, really, in a way. But I like, wow, really? That's how your bearings are attached to your print head, or to your Y carriage. Bearings zip tied. Okay, so there we go. That is our buffer. It seems like it would work great. You have your 5 things, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's screw holes there. Whatever. To lock the stuff in. So you can take, maybe that's what those little tiny screws are for. It's pretty tight. It's reasonably good. So this is what we've got ourselves. We've got ourselves a MMU2S. Don't forget the S. And we've got ourselves a buffer. My list of things to do now. My list of things to do. I need to reprint the carriage here with the whole blade holder moved in about You know what? I'm wrong. You know what? I'm not going to reprint the carriage. What I'm going to reprint here is not the carriage at all. I am going to reprint the interface between the cutter and the carriage, or the selector, or whatever they want to call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reprint this piece. And I'm going to reprint it and shift this gap in. Like the whole surface, the gap is going to go, and it's going to move in by basically 1 millimeter. And then the blade will fit fine. And it won't jam up against there. It'll ride down that little carriage area, and that should address that problem. The other thing is, I really hate this. I do. I know hate's a strong word, but I use it for Apple products all the time. Just kidding. So yeah, that is what we've ended up with. I'm gonna do a quick check here. I might have an SKR2 or an SKR Mini. I don't know. I got lots of stuff. The big box of lots of stuff. See, there's an accelerometer. There's another accelerometer. Here's a box. Ta-da! SKR Mini E3V2. So I have an SKR Mini. And I can probably just run it off that. I've already got the screen for a Prusa. Okay, that is what is going to be purposed for this little experiment that we are going to run. Wow, did I really throw all this on the floor? Okay, there we go. So I do think that's basically the build. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. I am completely blurry because, you know, camera doesn't understand what autofocus is. It just goes, oh, autofocus. You mean when you take a picture? Don't want to take a picture. So yeah, I think this is going to be where I leave it today. I'm quite happy with the results. I think the colors I picked are awesome. And I think once I get this all hooked up, it goes this way, goes this way. So I'll get this other piece printed. I'll get the 5mm inset in there. I'm definitely going to go and warn people that this is a completely non-functional kit. And unless you're able to go and print your own, redesign this piece, print your own inset, have the 5mm insets and everything, you're out of luck and you're not going to be able to get this to function. I'm really disappointed that Physx didn't, you know, it's a brass insert. Include the brass insert, people. That's all you had to do was include the brass insert. And there's no brass insert. There's definitely not. So, leaving this here then. The plan, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I guess I should have a plan. And if you haven't already, remember to leave a like. And I think everybody here is already subscribed. But if you're not, you know where the button is. Because next time, we're going to be plugging this into the SKR. I'm going to address these two issues, like before the next time. Next time is probably, you know, I would guess Thursday or Friday. It does depend on what other people are doing. I don't like to stream at the exact same time as everybody else, because of course that just, I don't get to watch their streams. I don't get to see you guys. That. So I'll try to work around that, and yeah, expect it Thursday or Friday. And we will get this working. We will get it working. All it is a couple motors, right? I already got a filament sensor in there. Yeah. So yeah, I'll get everything printed in the meantime, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Have a good one.